Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to be taking a look at Exdeath. He's a specialist type, and his moveset is kind of a mixture of a lot of the other roles. He has a good mix of close, medium, and long range attacks so that he can attack in a lot of different ways. Exdeath is really slow though, both in attack speed and movement speed, so you have to be careful about when you attack. One of the special things about Exdeath is that he has 3 different modes that he can switch to at any time. They each give different properties to his moveset. So one of the modes is Power, which simply increases the damage he deals with his attacks. It's pretty straightforward. Next we have Seal. Whenever you land an attack on an enemy, it's going to apply a debuff that disables their X skills for 15 seconds. Now this only applies to the 2 X skills that you choose, not the unique one to a character. Also, while in Seal mode, Exdeath recharges his own X skills a little bit faster than normal. Lastly, there's Debuff Mode. Whenever you land an attack on an enemy, it's going to apply a curse debuff that reduces the target's attack, defense, and speed. So a lot of options here for Exdeath, allowing him to really lock down an enemy team depending on the characters and the need. This is compounded even further by Exdeath's X skill. The properties of his X skill changes depending on what mode he's in. So in the Power mode, his X skill is a close range attack that deals a little bit of damage on impact, but it applies a debuff to the target that reduces their bravery by 400 per second over a period of 25 seconds. So effectively, the target's going to have no bravery for about 25 seconds unless they can remove the debuff, which is done by either attacking Exdeath or landing an HP attack. So this is a pretty useful debuff against HP attack spamming characters. Okay, then in Seal mode, the X skill triggers an AoE aura around Exdeath that disables nearby enemy X skills, including the unique X skill, for 12 seconds. So a good one to use in a pinch if you don't want a character like Ramza or Kayn to use their X skills. Lastly, in Debuff mode, Exdeath's X skill allows his attacks to apply the curse debuff no matter what mode he's in, and if he's in Debuff mode, it's going to apply a much more powerful version of curse called White Curse. It's super strong. It reduces attack, defense, and speed to the target by nearly 50% each for 15 seconds. So 3 very strong options here for Exdeath. Being able to read your enemy team and knowing what is needed at the right time is crucial for his success. Exdeath is a slow character who at first glance doesn't seem too menacing, but the different debuffs he brings and the specific lockdown he provides on X skills and powerful curse debuffs can make him a very powerful team player. So in our first video here, we're going to follow a YouTuber named Gigil. He's usually known for his fantastic Bart's play, but he actually has a really strong Exdeath as well. So let's jump right into this first match here and get a look at Exdeath in action. Alright, so the HP attack that Exdeath is going to be using here is called Maelstrom. It's basically a small AoE with a really large vertical hitbox. It's really similar to White Whirl from Vaughn or Tower Laser from Ace, if you're familiar with those. It can be really useful for zoning though, and kind of forcing the enemy team to move out of the way, or kind of catching someone off guard. And as an added bonus, if you're in Seal mode whenever it connects on somebody, it's going to apply that lockdown of the X skills as well, so it kind of has that same effect that you would get from using an attack in Seal mode. Alright, so our blue team here is going to be Exdeath, Cecil, and Cloud, and then the red team here is going to be Cloud, Vaughn, and Bartz. So we're going to jump right into the action here. He cuts out the intros. So, right, just want to point out, on the bottom left here, you see Exdeath has moved into Seal mode, but you can see the word Seal there. That's what's going to change, so you'll know exactly which form he's in. He also has a slightly white outline right here. Whenever he's in Power mode, it's going to be purple. When he's in Debuff mode, it's going to be red. It's kind of slight, but you'll be able to kind of tell as he's changing. So right off the bat, he's going to use his backward ground attack, which is like a targeted spell here. You can use it through structures though, so you see him kind of abusing that fact here on Midgar. And you see him throwing out that Maelstrom as well. You saw that kind of tornado that was just going by. So you can see that huge vertical hitbox it has. He's going to throw it out again right here. Actually going to connect there on Bartz, picking up a little bit of HP damage right off the bat. Now you see him using his dash attack there. It's just a quick teleport. You can quickly go into an attack after using it. But you see right there, he's going to connect with an attack there on a Cloud. Dealing a little bit of damage there. He's got some great range on that forward aerial attack right there. He's going to use that teleport after using it though, comboing with himself and leading into some more damage there on Cloud. Building up his bravery quite a bit. So a nice little combo there with himself. So you see him just kind of backing up with his team here now. He's sticking with his own Cloud. He's got so much bravery, like I said, so he's going to try to find somebody to use that on. He actually just used Mighty Strikes there on his team, going to allow everybody else to build up bravery pretty quickly. He threw out that Maelstrom, didn't connect though, and actually took some damage there from Cloud. So he's moving back into the enemy team here. He's once again throwing out that Maelstrom, just trying to pick up kill there. He has enough to kill Bartz, but he's not able to connect. Throws it out there on Vaughn though, while Vaughn was kind of locked down, picks up a lot of damage there on him. So he's going to use one of his projectiles there to hit the summoning stone. They're actually going to get Shiva off. He cuts out the animation there, but he's going to successfully summon. He gets caught by Cloud with a cross slash right after he summons though. So I just want to point out a really nice play here. So even though if you look on the minimap, you've got all of the red team pretty much collapsing here on Exdeath's position, you see that the red team's Cloud is using Cross Slash on our Cloud, and he's going to be able to do, you know, a decent amount of HP damage. But what Exdeath's going to do is just interrupt that Cross Slash, even though the rest of the red team's coming. They interrupt that, he takes a hit, but it allows our blue team Cloud player to actually use Cross Slash on the red team's Cloud, pick up a kill there on the red team, and then Exdeath is able to use that Maelstrom to zone everybody out, force them away, so then our blue team Cloud can't be attacked afterwards. So just kind of smart play there by our Exdeath player. So now he's getting knocked away here by Bartz. You see Shiva's about to use that Diamond Dust. So Exdeath is kind of chasing after Bartz right now. Not able to connect with that Maelstrom though, not really able to get a follow-up on it. Now looks like Cloud's going to be able to kill Bartz there. Exdeath just does one attack, just kind of stealing a little bit of bravery before Bartz is KO'd. So now looks like red team's down to 1 health bar left. Exdeath's going to switch into his seal mode here, and just kind of throwing out some attacks here, locking down the red team's ability to use X skills. There's kind of a skirmish breaking down here, everyone's just kind of attacking. You saw Exdeath kind of locking down Vaughn there, so that Cloud wasn't able to use his Cross Slash. It looks like Vaughn's going to move back in. Looks like he's kind of trying to duel with Cloud there. He gets his counter HP attack off. But while he's kind of locked in that animation, Exdeath is going to throw out that Maelstrom. It's a pretty quick attack there, able to pick up the kill there on him. So some really fantastic play there by our blue team. Pretty coordinated effort there. You saw a lot of the utility that Exdeath has. In the early game, he was actually able to do a lot of combos, building up some bravery by himself, which is pretty good. Whenever he can kind of catch somebody in a one-on-one, that works out pretty well. He doesn't have quite as much success whenever there's some faster characters on the field, but whenever he was kind of fighting with Cloud, he was able to, you know, get the better of him in certain situations. So he was kind of able to handle himself pretty well. You saw him, like, kind of towards the end there, dropping that seal mode off on the red team. That's a good way to prevent them from using things like HP regain or enfeeble, things that would help them kind of turn the tide in situations where they're down. So it's kind of a good way to kind of go in a win more mentality. So smart there to kind of lock the enemy team off like that. At the same time, he saw that since Exdeath is kind of slow and some of his attacks are slow, that kind of opens up opportunities for his teammates to combo off of that. Like there were times whenever Cloud was able to use Cross Slash whenever Exdeath was kind of in the middle of a bravery attack, just because he's able to lock people down for a decent period of time. But yeah, it was a pretty good match there. Just kind of get an overview of Exdeath's moveset. You got to see pretty much the majority of his bravery attacks there and how he was able to kind of use them for some success. Alright, moving on into our next matchup here. We're going to be switching HP attacks for Exdeath. We're going to be using one called Delta Attack, and basically it's just a short range, just kind of a combo finishing type move. One cool thing about it is that you can charge it slightly, so it'll delay the attack a little bit, just kind of play some mix-ups with the attack timing. It'll also increase the range if you charge it. And then another thing is if you're in power mode, it's actually going to deal a little bit of bravery damage. So that gives you the opportunity to break someone's bravery if they have low bravery or something like that. So just something to consider whenever you're using this attack, try to switch into power mode. Alright, so our matchup is going to be Exdeath, Warrior Blight, and Titus for the blue team, going up against Cecil, Ace, and Titus for the red team. So a lot of speed on the red team. Exdeath's going to have to be pretty careful here not to get caught out by Ace and Titus, especially because they're just really fast characters. So you see Exdeath keeping a healthy distance here, just kind of trying to dodge the enemy team's attacks. He's pretty much the only one on his team to have a long-range projectile. You see him kind of shooting that out, trying to kind of duel Ace in the projectile game. Ace is going to be able to get the better of him though. Ace definitely an actual marksman character, so he has a lot of stronger projectiles than Exdeath does. He's keeping his eyes on Ace here though, each of them just kind of dodging each other's attacks. He tries to teleport in, but Ace moves away. Summoning Stone is going to spawn. You see the red team move over towards it. Exdeath is going to hit it with his projectile and also build up a little bit of bravery there on Titus. And now you see him try to move in there with his forward aerial. Does miss on Ace, but not going to get hit yet. He actually does get caught out there by Ace and Titus though, losing a little bit of bravery. Nothing too bad. So now he and blue team Titus are trying to move in on Ace. He actually gets caught. His bravery gets broken. Once again, just kind of showing the speed that the red team has over him right now. He is going to throw out his projectile, gets guarded. He throws out another one of his projectiles though, builds up a ton of bravery by breaking Cecil and Titus's bravery. And right now he's just kind of getting comboed by the red team here. Doesn't have the speed to move out of the way, but what he does have is super armor on some of his attacks. They often will just kind of shrug off other people's attacks. Especially you see this Delta attack here. He actually lost some bravery because Ace did hit him with a bravery attack. Didn't interrupt it though, and he was able to successfully get his attack off here on Titus, picking up the first kill of the game here for the blue team. So nice job to use that. And now he's going to teleport in front of Ace, kind of catch him off guard, do a little bit of damage to him. And now you see the blue team is going to get their summon off. Now they're going to have Ramuh active. Now you see they're all just kind of backing away. Exdeath is going to use his HP regain there to help out his two allies. He's actually going to get caught out. He moved a little too far forward. Going to take some HP damage there by Cecil. Kind of lose a lot, but he already has that HP regain ticking away. So hopefully should kind of help him build that health back up. Now you see him kind of teleport into the red team here. He's trying to catch Ace out. He's actually going to change his direction over here to Titus, looking at him, and now he's just kind of, switching his targets. Throwing out his projectile is going to break Cecil's bravery, building up his a lot. And now you just saw him, I just want to point out, he switched into debuff mode really quickly. You see him kind of glowing red a little bit, and he just uses X skill. You see that kind of smoky aura kind of showing up around him. So what it's going to do is it's going to give him a buff, which is going to allow that white curse debuff to occur whenever you attack somebody in that debuff mode, like I was saying at the beginning. So it's going to really cripple somebody if he can connect with it. So you see he's going to move in, he's going to start just throwing out projectiles, just trying to connect on anybody he can. He's going to hit there on Titus, so you see that debuff show up right beside Titus's health bar. So now his stats are way lower than normal. So Titus just got his bravery broken, he's going to getting bullied by the blue team here. You see everyone's kind of rushing him down. Titus doesn't have that speed now because he's cursed, so he's really kind of slow. Exdeath able to use that forward aerial, pick up an HP attack, and a kill there on Titus. So a great way to use that white curse to kind of force Titus in a bad situation and lead him to a kill. So now red team only has 1 health bar left, so blue team's going to be trying to move in and pick up that last kill. You see Exdeath once again throwing out that long range projectile that he has, just kind of poking at the enemy as much as he can. He's got his eyes on Ace right now. He switches to Cecil though, it's gonna knock him away. So he's gonna look at Ace again, the two of them trade attacks. Exdeath's gonna be the first one to be able to react to the situation. He's gonna wall rush Ace, follow up with an HP attack at the exact same time his two teammates also do HP attacks. All 3 of the red team members die there. So definitely a dominant victory there by the blue team. Kind of a cool finish right there. So a strong performance there by Exdeath. You can kind of see what I was talking about, where if he gets ganged up on by faster characters, you saw with Titus and Ace kind of bullying him in the middle of the game or towards the beginning, Exdeath is really not suited for that kind of situation. He really needs help from his teammates. So he was just kind of getting bullied, kept getting bravery broken. He was able to do one quick attack that was able to break Titus and Cecil's bravery. And then just kind of with the craziness going on where his two teammates were kind of trying to help him out, he was able to pick up a kill there on Titus in that moment. But you can definitely see how he can be easily bullied if an assassin character kind of just keeps an eye on him. So you kind of have to be careful as Exdeath, trying to mix up, your teleports and making sure you're shielding properly, things like that, so that you don't get just completely dominated. And G-Gil did a great job of that. Like I said, he was able to pick up a kill out of that situation. And another thing I want to highlight is just, you kind of got to see him using that X skill of his with the debuff mode at least. So you kind of got to see how powerful White Curse can be. As soon as he was able to connect with that on Titus, the blue team just immediately jumped on him because Titus isn't going to be able to get away, and also you're able to build up your bravery pretty quickly on him because his defense got reduced by about 50% as well. So he was bravery broken at least once, and then he was wall rushed by Exdeath, able to quickly pick up that kill. So great job to just kind of force that kill. The red team members weren't able to properly respond in time, so a great way to take advantage of that situation. So yeah, another great game here by our Exdeath player. Alright, so I got one more match for you guys here. We're actually going to switch YouTubers to another guy. Unfortunately, I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's all Japanese characters. But I've got his channel link down below. I got his name down there as well, so definitely check him out. He's a great Exdeath player. But we're going to be switching back to Maelstrom as his HP attack here. And so the blue team is going to be Exdeath, Y'shtola, and Furion, going up against Exdeath, Shantoto, and Lightning. So kind of similar teams here on both sides. Exdeath has two really great combo starters here with Furion and Y'shtola, and you see right off the bat everyone's just kind of using some of their projectiles, a bunch of projectile heavy characters on both sides. So Exdeath using his forward ground attack here, that mid-range kind of wave projectile here, it's really quick, just a quick way to try to poke at the enemy team. Got his eyes on Lightning right now, he's going to move out of the way of her Blizzara attack. He's going to immediately use that Maelstrom, try to deal some damage really quickly, but not going to connect on anybody. And you see him just kind of dodging out of the way of Lightning's dash attack there and just kind of slowly moving forward. Summoning Stone's going to spawn, it's going to use Maelstrom on top of it, everyone kind of pokes at it with some projectiles so it quickly goes away. And you see everyone on the blue team just kind of trying to stick together here. Exdeath's kind of dancing around Y'shtola's trap there. Exdeath's going to teleport in on Shantoto though, do a quick attack there on him. Red team Exdeath tries to punish, Furion locks him down, and then our Exdeath turns around and uses that Maelstrom to pick up the first kill of the game there on Exdeath. Exdeath's going to use his teleport skill to kind of dodge Shantoto's flood attack. He's going to use it again while she's on the wall to quickly move over to her, continue following up on some damage, but shield as soon as Lightning comes in. Tries to use Maelstrom on Lightning, but she is going to dodge away, and you see Exdeath kind of dodging away from Shantoto's attack as well. Now he's going to use Maelstrom while Furion once again has the red team's Exdeath locked down, dealing a good amount of HP damage to him. Tries to catch lightning, but she kind of dashes away. He's going to use his teleport move to move out of the way of lightning's attack. He's going to use it once again to kind of move in towards Shantoto, once again picking up some damage on her, breaking her bravery. There Exdeath tries to punish, but our Exdeath is able to shield and then dodge out of the way of Shantoto's attack. So blue team once again is grouped up here. You see red team's actually trying to go for their summon, so they're going to be able to successfully get Shiva out. Blue team going to have to be a little careful here. You see our Exdeath immediately start throwing out some projectiles and moving kind of away, not trying to move into melee range with the red team if he can help it. So once again using that wave attack there, that forward ground attack, just trying to poke at the enemy here. He tries to move over towards his teammates though, just kind of help them out. He throws out a Maelstrom to try and zone the red team away. And he's actually able to pick up a kill there on Exdeath while he was once again locked down by Furion, so great combos there, keeping an eye on what Furion is doing. He's going to throw out Maelstrom once again. He's kind of resigned himself to the fact that he's too slow to get away from this Diamond Dust attack, so he is going to take the hit from it, drop down to 0 bravery. So now he's just throwing out that wave attack, trying to build his bravery up from 0. He's going to throw out Maelstrom once again, just trying to reset his bravery, not going to connect though, and the red team Exdeath is actually going to punish him, breaking his bravery and then using that delta attack there, doing a lot of HP damage to our Exdeath. Not enough to kill though. And now back to playing the same game here, our Exdeath throwing out that wave attack, just trying to help out his allies, kind of just trying to push back the red team away from picking up any kills against the blue team. And while the two teams are kind of separated, you see blue team trying to get out their summon this time around. Exdeath is kind of forced to dodge away though. He avoids Shantoto's attack. He's going to interrupt the red team's Exdeath from using delta attack there. But it looks like Furion was actually killed here. So blue team's in a 2v3 situation. You see the red team try to get aggressive there, trying to finish off Y'shtola. Our Exdeath's able to dodge Lightning's HP attack, but Y'shtola was killed. So now they're still in a 2v3 now that Furion's back. Our Exdeath player just trying to play really careful here. He's really close to dying, and that would be the end of the game. But blue team is able to all resurrect. They're going to get Shiva out, so it's going to give them a little edge here, a little bit of breathing room. Red team is still trying to move in though. You see them kind of starting to back away though now that Shiva's attacks are starting. Our Exdeath has built up a ton of bravery, so he's going to look to try and drop that off on somebody with that Maelstrom. So you see him just kind of moving around, trying not to get caught out because he has such low health, but at the same time trying to look for any way he can make a kill happen. He is kind of following in behind Y'shtola. He's going to throw out that Maelstrom, actually pick up a kill while everyone else is kind of focused elsewhere, finishing off Shantoto and actually finishing off this game, picking up all 3 of the kills here. So really great play here by the blue team. A lot of great combos. It's kind of easy to come by whenever you have a Y'shtola and a Furion on your team, but just fantastic awareness here by our Exdeath player, able to throw out that Maelstrom anytime Furion had someone locked down for a significant amount of time, and really just great team awareness too, because whenever all of the members of the blue team had really low health, you saw him just immediately start throwing out that forward ground wave attack, because that's one of his fastest attacks, and it has some decent range or so he's able to just kind of force the red team members away, kind of interrupting their attacks, just trying to protect his team as much as possible. The red team was able to finally pick up some kills and kind of get some momentum there, but he did a great job of trying to disrupt that as much as he could. So yeah, just a game to kind of showcase Exdeath popping off a little bit. You see what he can do if he's got teammates that can allow Exdeath to kind of get his HP game going. And also, you saw how he was able to bully Shantoto. He can do a really good job at kind of interrupting those slower marksman type characters, the slow ones with big attacks, just because he himself has some pretty quick projectiles and he has that teleport skill which allows him to kind of move across the battlefield pretty quickly. Like I said at the beginning, Exdeath is kind of a mixed bag, and it's tough to kind of see what he specifically counters or is weak to, just because he has a lot of different options in his bravery moveset, and at the same time a lot of strengths and weaknesses that come with that. That teleport skill can be really strong against people who are trying to duel against you, but his lack of overall speed makes it really difficult for him to handle any situation where he's being ganged up on, or whenever he has to fight against a really fast character like Ace or Titus like we saw in that second game. Exdeath kind of relies on having good teammates and good team coordination. Whenever he's left alone on an island and kind of forced to fend for himself, it can be kind of difficult to handle some of those faster characters. With a strong team composition like we saw in this match here, Exdeath can really go to town and really put in a lot of work. Also, with his really powerful X skills, he can really give his team a huge advantage like we saw in that second game where they were able to pick off Titus, and there's all kind of other situations like that as well, where his ability to lock down X skills could be a really good defensive move for the team, you know, preventing someone like Kayn from using his HP attack jump, or things like that, or preventing Ramza from using shout, you know, all kind of different scenarios. So really, Exdeath has a ton of options, and he's one of those characters that I feel like if you have a good mind for the game and trying to think of crazy combos, he can really fit in into something unorthodox that people might not be expecting. So while he's not incredibly popular right now, just in general in the arcade, I feel like he might be a strong coordinated team character and someone we might see pop up every now and again in tournaments. So I'll definitely be interested to see as Exdeath gets more play here, as there are more Crystal Exdeaths that upload videos and, play. I'll be interested to see what kind of different combos and different team compositions they're able to work out. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this brief overview of Exdeath. Just kind of giving you a little picture of all the different possibilities he has. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show all of his HP attacks and all of his different X skill possibilities, but, there's some other videos out there for him. It's kind of difficult right now to find high-level Exdeath videos just because he's not a very popular character, like I said, and I guess a lot of people aren't uploading their crystal level stuff. So you got to kind of keep your eyes open when looking for videos, but definitely check out the two YouTubers that we use today. They both have a couple other Exdeath videos, so definitely check them out. They're both great players. They also play some other characters as well. Like I said, Jigo is a really good Bards player, so definitely check him out if you want to see some really high-level action. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm going to do for next Friday. I might take a week off just because, like I said, it was kind of tough to find crystal level matches for Exdeath. So with these new characters only having just come out, a month ago and a couple weeks ago, I probably want to give a little more time for high-level video to come out. I'll have to look around. There might be more of Jack than there was of Exdeath, so this might not be an issue. But if I can't find too much, then I might wait a little while before I do those. So I might either come up with, a different idea for video, or, we'll see what happens. So keep your eyes open. If I don't post up anything this Friday, then, keep your eyes open for the next Friday. Alright, so once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.